All right, friends, time to recap the worst person you know's favorite press secretary's most recent press briefing. Let's go. First of all, Girly Pop got a refresh on her hair. Gotta love it. Although I don't blame her for wanting to get her roots touched up immediately after going to the Middle East, because nothing makes me want to go to the salon more than open corruption and bribery. Let's get into it. Today she covered a lot of the big beautiful bill. There was a lot of talk about everything that's going to be covered in the big beautiful bill this, big beautiful bill that. If we had a drink for every time she said big beautiful bill, it would still not compare to the amount of time she has said Joe Biden, but it was a lot. Okay, the most egregious thing that she said today, which I will cover in great detail, is that Medicaid will no longer be used to perform barbaric gender mutilation procedures on minor children. The dangerous part of this is that most people that hear this rhetoric will not look up what it actually, because they've never met a trans person. They don't know the struggle of having to go through this. This isn't something easy that somebody would just like willy-nilly put somebody through. All of these are also required. You have to be diagnosed with gender dysphoria, and all of these steps have to occur. You can pause to read. This is not as good, but you get it. But all of these steps have to happen before you are qualified to be able to do this. So the fact that they think that, oh, Medicare is just going to pay for Tommy's gender reassignment surgery that I'm going to do during recess, that's insane and irresponsible. I digress. So one of the reporters asked if the president was okay with the big beautiful bill adding to the deficit, to which Caroline said, of course. She goes, actually, it's saving us money. And she goes, it's going to save us 1.6. And at the same time as she did, I say $1 trillion. And then I started laughing, and I was at a coffee shop, and I was like, they have no idea that we're in sync, you know? We did talk about Joe Biden. And she basically had this big, huge smile on her face. And she said, you know, whatever the president said is what he said. And that's how he feels about it. Said I will not get ahead of the president, talking about the 2-week deadline for Ukraine and Russia, common sense changes for Medicaid that were actually started by Bill Clinton and are bipartisan, that President Trump has brought forth 500,000 jobs. We're getting our fiscal house in order. They're going to give bonuses to ICE agents and Border Patrol. Habeas corpus, I'm going to defer you to another department to see if we're going to actually do it. I mean, I don't know. And the White House physicians are great. But except for when it comes to Joe Biden, because they were covering up everything. And that's what you missed. Oh, you did miss one thing. Hang on a second.
Actually, in fact, the Washington Post had a headline, President Trump